أشرقت نفسي بنور من فؤادي حينما رأى.
Hadith number 174. وعن أبي هريرة رضي الله تعالى عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم التسبيح للرجال والتصفيق للنساء وزاد مسلم في الصلاة. That the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam stated that tasbih, subhanallah, is for the men, and tasfiq, the clapping, is for the females in salah. What does this mean? Well, if the imam makes a mistake, like the previous example, the imam began recitation in Salatul Asr. What do? Well, if you are a male praying behind him, you should say subhanallah. And if he does not, and he continues, say subhanallah again, trying to indicate to him that he is making a mistake. If somebody wants to enter the room and you are praying your salah and he knocks on the door, to give him an indication that you are now praying, say subhanallah. If somebody phones and you have your jawal, you have your phone with you in your pocket, and you pick it up and you just answer it, you can say subhanallah, subhanallah, and this person should realize that you are now in prayer. If somebody is about to fall into a pit, you would say subhanallah, subhanallah, to alert this person that he is about to fall into a pit. As for the female, if she needs to alert somebody, she needs to bring to the attention of someone something, then she should clap her hands, and this is for the females. Hadith number 175. وعن مطرف بن عبد الله بن سخير رضي الله بن شخير عن أبيه قال رأيت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يصلي وفي صدره أزيز كأزيز المرجل من البكاء أخرجه الخمسة إلا ابن ماجه وصححه ابن حبان. The topic of this hadith is that a person crying in his salah, this is not something which would break your salah. As the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Sahabi states, I had seen him and he was praying the salah at night, and it was as if there was a kettle boiling on the stove. The Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam was crying so much, as if, the sound that you would get from this kettle when it is boiling, this was the sound coming out from the chest of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this hadith is proof that if a person cries in his salah, if he weeps in his salah, then his salah is valid and there is no problem in the matter, insha'Allah. Hadith number 167. وعن علي رضي الله تعالى عنه قال كان لي من رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم مدخلان فكنت إذا أتيته وهو يصلي تنحنح لي رواه النسائي وابن ماجه. Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu states that when I would come to the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there were two entrances for me. And if I wanted to enter the house of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to give me an indication that yes, I can enter, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam would give an indication with his voice. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam would state and make a noise like that, so I would realize and know that it is permissible for me now to enter into the home. The reality is that this hadith is weak, and so we cannot use it as a proof. Hadith number 177. وعن ابن عمر رضي الله تعالى عنهما قال قلت لبلال كيف رأيت النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يرد عليهم حين يسلمون عليه وهو يصلي قال يقول هكذا وبسط كفه أخرجه أبو داود والترمذي وصححه. Narrated by Ibn Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, that he states, I mentioned to Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu, how would you find the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam replying to people's salutations while he was in salah? Bilal radiallahu anhu told me that the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam would make an indication with his hand like this. This would mean that wa alaykum salam, that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam acknowledges that you have made your salam, and now he replies to your salam in this manner. He would not verbalize it, he would just give an indication with his hand. From this we gauge permissibility that you can make salam to somebody while he is in prayer. The manner of replying is just pointing and showing your hand. And this is proof that, for example, making an ishara, making a movement with your body while you are praying, this is not something that would break your prayer. If, for example, somebody asks you a question while you are praying, and you nod with your head, then this is fine and your salah is still valid, inshaAllah. Hadith number 178. وعن أبي قتادة رضي الله تعالى عنه قال كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يصلي وهو حامل أمامة بنت زينب فإذا سجد وضعها وإذا قام حملها متفق عليه وهو يؤم الناس في المسجد. This hadith also dealing with the topic of movement in salah. That the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, while leading the Muslims in salah in the masjid, Umama, the daughter of Zainab radiallahu ta'ala anha, the daughter of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, her daughter would come into the masjid. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam would carry her in salah. When he would go down into sajda, he would put her aside and go down and perform his sajda. When he would stand, he would carry her again. So this gives us an indication that these movements in salah do not break a person's salah. As for Umama, we know that she was later married to Ali radiallahu ta'ala an. What's the relationship between Ali and Umama? She was his niece. She was the daughter of the sister of Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anha. So Ali married the sisters, he married Ali radiallahu ta'ala an was married to his niece. Who was this niece? Well, she was Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anha's sister, Zainab's daughter. So the niece of Fatima was later married to Ali radiallahu ta'ala an, his niece. Is there a problem in the matter? Absolutely no problem in the matter. He had married Umama after Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anha had passed away, and Umama was not his direct niece. It was through his marriage to Fatima, that's how Umama had become his niece. So there is no direct relationship between the two, and it is permissible inshaAllah for one to marry the niece of their wife bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. This hadith is also proof that little children are allowed to enter into the masjid. Here was Umama, and the Prophet ﷺ was carrying her, and she was a little young girl, so there is no problem in that matter, if obviously this child is not going to make a loud noise in the masjid and cause harm to the rest of the musallis. It also shows us the character of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This little child, he would carry her while he was praying his salah. He goes into sajda, he stands up again, and he carries her again. So these movements in salah are not something which would break one's salah. Hadith number 179. وعن أبي هريرة رضي الله تعالى عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم اقتلوا الأسودين في الصلاة الحية والعقرب. The Messenger ﷺ stated, kill the two black ones, the two black things. What are they? They are number one, the hayya, this snake, and number two, al-aqrab, the scorpion. Why? Because these can cause great harm to you while you are praying. And if they are in your house and you don't kill them while you are praying your salah, they might get behind your bed and might cause some harm later on. Why is it called the two black ones? Only one might be black, the scorpion. Why is the other one called black also? Well, in the Arabic language, for example, they would call the sun and the moon, what? Qamaran. They would call Abu Bakr and Umar, Umaran. They give these two the namings after one. So if one's black, they would call both of them Aswadan. One is the moon and one is the sun, one is Shams and one is Qamar, but both of them together are called Qamaran. And this is a manner of speaking in the Arabic language. From this hadith, we also gauge that if you have this movement in salah and you went forward and you killed the snake, you killed the scorpion, it does not break your salah. So in reality, if we put together all these type of movements, then they are four. Number one, a lot of movement in salah for absolutely no reason. A lot of movement in salah for absolutely no reason. This is something which would break your salah. Number two, a little bit of movement for no reason. This is makruh. A little bit of movement in salah for absolutely no reason. This is makruh in salah. Number three, a little bit of movement for some need, for some maslahah, for some benefit. Example, you need to scratch your neck. Example, somebody had told you something and they want an answer, so you nod your head in answer to them. You reply to somebody's salam. These are permissible. Why? Because there is a need and it is not a lot of movement. So inshallah, this is permissible. And lastly, some sort of movement which is required for you to do in salah. There is a gap in the front saf while you are in jama'ah, and so you need to move forward and close up that gap. This is something mashru', this is something recommended for you to do, bi'ithnillahi ta'ala. And with that, we have ended the chapter Shurut as-Salah, the conditions for Salah. We had seen that you need to face the Qibla before you pray your Salah. We had also realized and learned that you need to be clean of any type of najasa and filth when you are praying your Salah. You need to be in the state of tahara. You need to cover up your awrah. As for the female, she needs to cover her entire body except her face. And we spoke about the differences of the scholars with regards to her feet and her palms. Inshallah, we will meet next week بإذن الله تعالى. هذا وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على عبده ورسوله نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.